Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Mute Me, our favorite debate show here on ESPN Cricinfo, where we get our brightest minds to argue about some of the most controversial topics that they've brought to the table, dealing with this season's IPL. That's already been a very exciting one, hasn't it? I'm Alexis Nunes, and I've got Debayan as well as Dustin, who is back, and Gaurav, our stats man. He's got his numbers ready once again for a feisty argument. So let's go over the rules really quickly. Each guy will have a topic to present. You'll have 60 seconds within which to argue your topic. But the other guys, if they're not buying it, after 15 seconds, they can hold up their mute sign. Two panelists holding up the mute sign means you've got to shut up. And if you don't want to shut up, well, we'll just do it physically for you. All right. And then we will announce a winner at the end. So let's get ready. And I'm going to start this time with Dustin. What is your argument?
So my first argument is that Sanju Samson should open the batting for Rajasthan Royals. So this season, when it started, Sanju Samson looked like possibly the best batsman in the IPL. He had two scores of over 70, he had a strike rate of over 200. Gautam Gambhir was just gushing over him, saying he's going to be the future best batsman in world cricket and that it's India's loss if they don't play him. And then suddenly, like 2 or 3 games later, he's down there batting at number 4. I'm not sure why Royals did that. Maybe they felt they need to strengthen the middle order. But the fact is that at the moment, he's possibly their best batsman. And I don't understand why they would have Ben Stokes opening the batting instead of him. They should really try to tailor the entire team around him, I think. And I think he should not even bat at number 3, but open the batting, because that's where he's going to get most number of balls to face, firstly. Also, what we've seen this season is a lot of teams have had anchors opening the batting. It's been kind of slow going at the start. Sanju Samson can break that trend, get you quick runs at the beginning. And also, he's so good against spin, it may throw team strategies off. Teams that open with spin may be forced not to do that.
All right, that argument done, and Dustin went through completely unscathed. I was tempted to, as I didn't say before, to use my golden mute, because that is something that I can use at any time to mute any of you if I'm not buying your argument, because remember, I'm the boss. But you know what, Dustin? What a cleverly presented argument. So nothing to say there. Do you guys just agree with him?
Not so much agree, but I just think that Royals are going through such a bad phase that it doesn't matter who bats where. So, play Archer if you wanted number 1.
Just use whatever, because whatever they're doing is not working. Gaurav, anything to say?
I agree with Dustin completely. I think it's a pretty obvious thing which they need to do for, I think, quite a long time now. And somehow they're just not trusting Sanju Samson. So, Dustin, pretty boring topic that is non-controversial.
I've already discussed with this with Gaurav on other channels previously.
I expected more from Dustin.
So I start with a handicap immediately.
All right. Well, Dustin played it safe, but he still got through unscathed. Let's go to Gaurav next. What is your topic?
Well, RCB are going to win this year's IPL. So RCB have done a lot of things right. And let me start from the digital game first. Their digital game is amazing, though that's not going to win them titles. The kind of culture they show as fans when we see their culture, which is happening in the dressing room, it's amazing. There's a lot of structure in place. And a lot of decisions they've taken have been spot on from day one, which is so unlike RCB. They dropped Parthiv Patel, they dropped Umesh Yadav, and they didn't play Dale Steyn. And these are things which RCB usually do. Apart from that, they won a couple of games which they generally never win. They usually lose a lot of games at the top, and they managed to win quite a lot. And generally been impressed with the way they've been going about things. They picked an extra
We got double muted with 70 seconds left. But you know what? I was here for the argument because I love me some RCB, and this is the most hopeful I've ever felt about them. But Debayan, you were the one that wasn't buying it first. What did you not like about that argument?
Yeah, so largely I agree with Gaurav that they've been quite impressive. This has been the best RCB performance in a long time, but I think he's forgetting a certain team called Mumbai Indians. So that is the simple reason why I think they will not go all the way. But I'm quite happy to put them into the top 2 at the moment on current form.
Do you know what happened between Mumbai Indians and RCB in the league match?
There's still one match to go, right?
Yeah. Just reminding you. Yeah.
Dustin, why didn't you agree fully with Gaurav?
No, I think Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals are stronger teams, but more than that, I also muted Gaurav to save Cricinfo's reputation because we did one topic which said that the IPL will be more boring if RCB wins, then we got trolled for that. Then Ronak Kapoor, the great man, said Chahal is better than Rashid Khan, and everyone said that now we're sucking up to RCB. So this would have been seen as even more sucking up to RCB. So
I think
let's
Dustin's
leave
taking
that.
one for the social team.
Oh, what a man.
Yeah.
Dustin is out here saving us. All right, we'll end it there just so that we don't get any more backlash. Dubai, and you're up next. What is your topic?
Yeah, so my topic is actually a follow-up from the same one. I think Delhi Capitals will have it quite tough in the second half of the league phase. There are three principal reasons for this. The first one, two of them are beyond their control. The first one is that some other teams are picking up some form. One of them is RCB. So I think they might finish above them in the points table eventually. The second one is the spate of injuries that they've had, which has just affected their team balance as well. Somebody like Rishabh Pant going out has also affected them at a team level because more than just a keeper batsman, he's also perhaps the team's best cheerleader when on the field. So without him, they are a little short. They're not able to find the right balance between foreigners. And the third factor, which I think they could have controlled, they've just not chased well enough in this IPL. They've in fact only done it once and done it unsuccessfully. I thought the last time when they played Mumbai Indians, they could have taken that opportunity. They won the toss. They should have.
You've got double muted, so you have to get muted with about 17 seconds left. Gaurav, you weren't banging it, and I was actually banging that argument there. Why weren't you? Even though it goes against certain things we've said.
They've actually won 5 games, which is quite a lot in the first half, and they just need to win maybe 2 of the next 7 to make the playoffs. So that's not too hard, and they have the best bowling attack, and they have the best spinners. The pitches are getting much slower, so even 130, 140 scores, they can even defend if they want to. And they don't need that firepower which they needed for the first half actually. So I think with Ashwin, Akshar, Sandeep Lamichhane, they have a very, very solid spin attack as well. And I think their bowlers will compensate for any potential batting flaws. So I think they'll comfortably make it.
Dustin, what didn't you agree with?
Well, Delhi Capitals have one man. They have Ricky Ponting. He's a mastermind. He can deal with anything. And even if he gets injured, it's fine. He can still be the coach of the team.
Dubai, you want to come back to any of those points?
Well, the point which I was just trying to make is that I would have loved them to have challenged themselves and chased in one of those games. But let's see, it could still happen. I think what will really set them on their way is one match where they have to chase something like 170, 180. If they successfully do that, then I would still back them to perhaps finish in the top 2. But for the moment, I can't see that happening. And this is tough for me to say because I'm a Delhi boy. So they're pretty much my team. My friends won't like this at all.
What a man, going against his own people just for the sake of the argument. And hopefully we'll see if that makes you the winner in this one. I'm going to mix things up a little bit. Gaurav, what's your next topic?
So my topic is there should be no toss in the playoffs. The team which finishes higher in the league stage should go ahead and choose what they want to do. The reason being that as the tournament progresses, it's very obvious that teams winning the toss are all batting first, and that might end up being a huge advantage for the in the playoff. You could see a team like Mumbai or Delhi winning all the league matches, but going to the playoff, losing the toss, and then losing the match. And I just find that a bit unfair. So it would be interesting if they give incentive to those who actually top the league stage or finish ahead in the league stage. And
oh my goodness, they came swiftly. Dustin, you were itching to get that mute sign up, and Debbie came right back for you. So Dustin, what didn't you like?
We've already figured this out a few seasons ago, and now we have eliminator and 2 chances for the teams that finish in the top 2. So I think we've already taken care of that, and we don't need to change more rules now, even though I know I've been suggesting changing lots of rules during mutiny.
I was going to say this, if there were ever one that I was itching to use my golden mute to, but I wanted to hear a bit more of this argument. I was ready to pull it up because everyone keeps trying to rewrite the entire game of cricket on this show, and I'm not having it. We already have too many deviations. But Devayan, you also didn't agree with Gaurav. What didn't you like about his argument?
Yeah, pretty much the same logic as Dustin. The fact that you're finishing in the top 2 anyway gives you a second chance. And the second thing is that this IPL captains have been made a fool of by the toss. So it'll just be fun to see somebody preempting something and it backfiring completely. So, why take away that joy from the fans?
Fair enough. Let's go to Devayan. What is your topic?
So my topic for this one is that MS Dhoni should be coming in at number 3. I think the reason for this is that Chennai Super Kings, their problem has been their batting. They've bowled quite well. Dhoni is anyway known to be a good bowler's captain, and he knows exactly what kind of scores are right for what kind of pitch. So in that sense, coming in at number 3 can help him master the innings and control the innings quite well. Because what we've lost in terms of his skill is that explosive ability right towards the end. And he's still batting as if he's the finisher of 2018 or 2019, which is no longer the case. So if he comes in at 3, he can rotate the strike. He can make sure that he keeps one end up, allows some of the other players to play a lot more freely at the other end. And that will help them have a lot more flexibility in the batting order, bring in the likes of Karan, Jadeja, maybe Bravo as well, up the order as and when they want. It will also give a more defined role to Ambati Rayudu. And of course, they have that opening partnership of Faf du Plessis and Shane Watson. So if Dhoni comes in at number 3, it will solve a lot of problems that Chennai are experiencing currently with their batting.
Oh, finish his argument with 5 seconds to go. And that is very true that Chennai have been having a lot more problems than we're used to seeing them having. Gaurav, though, you didn't think that would be a good solution. Dhoni at 3, why not?
So it's a good solution, but the only reason I muted him was because I don't want to see CSK playing for net run rate from, say, the second over of the innings. At least if they play from the 10th or 11th over, it would have been more fun. So
some more damage limitation to be done for the social team then.
And finally, Dustin, what is your topic?
So my topic is that South Africa should do a West Indies and focus just on T20 cricket. So I think one of the most concerning storylines for cricket fans over the last couple of years has been South Africa's decline as a force in international cricket. Obviously, there's a lot of issues with their cricket at the moment. But one way for them to perhaps get back on their feet is to focus on T20 cricket. Because if you look at this IPL, they have the nucleus of what can be a really strong T20 11. You have Rabada and Noke, perhaps the best fast bowling duo in this IPL. Faf du Plessis is looking like a better T20 batsman than a test batsman these days. And most importantly, you've got AB de Villiers, still the best T20 batsman in the world, and he's expressed interest in coming back to South Africa to play the World Cups. And you've got 2 chances at it.
Oh, man. Dustin was muted, and I was actually feeling that kind of argument. Although I don't know, I think we in the West Indies were forced to concentrate on T20 cricket because the rest of the formats didn't love us enough. But we'll see. I'm going to give South Africa a bit more props than that. But Debayan, you didn't buy that argument first. Why not?
Yeah, I think we should flip the argument around. I would always, I love T20 cricket, I love ODI cricket, but I think the best form of cricket is Test cricket. And if anything, what we have to look at is ways to ensure that teams like West Indies, South Africa have their strongest players around for the Test format as well. Yes, for sure, have a few specialists who can only play T20 if they want to. That is a choice they have in front of them. But I think for the global good of the game, you have to have more nations compete in Test cricket. Otherwise, the World Test Championship will become a complete joke.
Gaurav?
I think Dustin's having too much of Delhi love, I feel. Rabada and Noke. I think Rabada is easily the best test bowler in the world currently. His strike rate is among the best among all the greats. So I don't think that Rabada should focus on T20 cricket as such. I think he has so much more to offer in Test cricket. And we would love to see South Africa, the Test team which dominated between 2006 and 2013-14 to come back. So this is a cycle which every team goes through. So I guess he's the only cricket Dustin's been watching is the IPL, and I think he's just a bit carried away.
All righty then. I think it's time to announce a winner. This one was very close. I had a little deliberation with my producer, and it was very, very, very close. I was this close with going for Dustin, who went through unscathed. But again, he's trying to rewrite the entire cricket laws, and now he's trying to kill off Test cricket in South Africa. So I'm going to go with Debayan because he went against his own Delhi Capitals and said that they're going to run out of steam, even though we've been enjoying this steam train that they've been on. So congrats to Debayan. You are our winner of this edition of Mute Me. Thanks to Gaurav and Dustin for showing up as always. Thanks to all of our viewers for tuning in. We hope you stick around with us for the rest of the IPL season, and we'll be back with more Mute Me on ESPN Cricinfo.